Boom. So he's going to teach on recruiting, what to look for in recruits, and just go from there. He's got a great part lined up for you. Make sure that you guys are ready to take lots of good notes. This is something that you definitely want to take a lot of notes on and implement right away. So, Rob, thank you so much for coming out here, man. I know it's 7 a.m. your time, so I appreciate you getting on early with us this morning and being able to spread the wisdom. So I'll pass the controls over to you, sir.
Well, thank you, and good morning. Good morning. There's nice to wake up to all of that great good news. Who wouldn't want to get out of bed at 7 a.m. to listen to the top performers in all of the country? So, good morning, Alex B. And I see Ellis, Mr. Stiles, and Kenny. And like you said, Kyle, I see 1-800-888-1394 on here. And I see Josiah and Nick and Brandy. Good morning. Good morning. Caitlin. So just to start off, just a happy new year to each and every one of you. Hope you had a very, very safe new year. And, I always like to say on behalf of Globe Life and Ken Matson, we're just so blessed to have people like you to build businesses and move your career forward. Sincerely, we know what we're going through, and you've tackled the course and made 2020 a exceptional year already, and we're only 4 weeks into it. So if I was there, give yourself a big hug, a big pat on the back, give yourself a big smile, because you truly are the difference makers with Family Heritage Division, and I sincerely mean that. So today I get to talk to you that is something near and dear to my heart. And the reason why it's near and dear to my heart, I've been in the business for 32 years. Yes, it's hard to believe. I've been here for 32 years, and I have not mastered the skill set of field recruiting. I do it, but I've never mastered it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about field recruiting itself, why it's so important that you and I spread the great word of Family Heritage Division, why it's so important that you and I, when we meet and greet those special people and give them an opportunity to have wonderful coverage, why, Josiah, we should look them right in the eye and do a field recruit talk. Why, Alex, we should say to them, oh, by the way, very simple and very straightforward. So hopefully today, one of my, I don't call it a job at all, but one of the things that I want to pass on to you is really the why to. Why do you want to go out of your comfort zone? Why do you want to take some time to talk to wonderful individuals in the world and give them that same great opportunity that you and I have had? Regardless if you've been in the business for 1 week. I heard a gentleman on this morning, I think it was Alice. Alice, welcome aboard, my friend. You're on to having a great, successful career in your life. But I think he's going to go write his exam today or this week.
Yes.
Going to start his career. Is that right, Alice?
Yes, I'm taking my exam today.
Wow. Good luck, my friend. I listen, you're not going to need luck. Just let me know when you pass.
Awesome. All right, will do.
Good. So the question is why does somebody like Alice that just started wants to come into our business and build for the future, or why does somebody that's been here for 1, 3, 5, 7 years? So I really want to start with looking at, protecting families is very, very similar to field recruiting. So let's look at some of the similarities. What are some of the similarities of why we get up every day, put a smile on our voice, a smile on our face, learn a system, and go out? Well, the first one is the more demos we do in a day, the more what we do, the more families we protect, correct? Very simple and very straightforward. If we go out and give 5, 6, 7, 8 demos each and every day, we know at the end of the week, we've had a great week in protecting families. What do you think about field recruiting? If you gave 3, 4, 5, or 6 field recruit talks every day, at the end of the week, Caitlin, what do you think you'd have? you'd have an opportunity in front of you of maybe recruiting one of the greatest people that's been recruited in our company. Think of that, Nick. So there's a very, very strong similarity between the two. How about advancements? If you go out and you give your demos and you protect families on a regular basis, chances are, if you've looked at the career track, you're going to advance your career with us. Well, guess what? Same with field recruiting. If you go out and field recruit on a regular basis and bring people into this business, boy, oh boy, you're going to advance. How about income? We know great stories today. People selling $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in a day, protecting probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 families in a day. Do you think your income's going to go up if you protect more families in a week? Kenny, I'd say you'd agree with me, right, Todd? Well, what do you think's going to happen if you go out and give field recruit talks and recruit one person a month? Do you know the type of income that can support you and your family by doing both? How would you like to increase your income by 25, 30, 35% or more? If we're in an employee status business, Zach, and somebody came to you today and said, hey, you know what? New year, new me, 2021, because of your hard work and dedication, we're going to increase your income by 20% this year. We'd go ecstatic. We'd be so excited. Well, that doesn't happen in an employee status. I'm assuming at the end of this year, because unfortunately I'm an employee, Brandy, at the end of this year, somebody will come to me and say, congratulations, you're going to get a 2.85% increase in your wage. You have the ability to increase your income 20%, 25% just to field recruit and have it part of your business. How about this? The more you learn, the better you get. Well, isn't that true in field recruiting? The more you field recruit, the more you understand the business and you understand what we do and how we do it. The list goes on and on. I think I got about 14 things that are here. We got promotions. How about recognition? Look at the great recognition that happened on this call. But you know what? We didn't recognize anybody for field recruiting. We didn't put somebody on a pedestal and pat them on the back because they brought in 3 field recruit names so far this week. We didn't allow anybody to talk, Caitlin, about giving good news, about going out there and showing their leadership in recruiting. So you could see the similarities. I think and I hope from all the beautiful smiles and all the people on the phone that I've opened your mind a little bit. Now the key is I'm scared to do it. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to select the right person, Rob. Well, if we use the same similarity, how many times do you go and go into a business or knock on a residential door or talk to a beautiful farmer, rancher, or small businessman, and you knock on their door or you walk through their business and you start the demo talk, and that's the initial, and you look them in the eyes and say, oh, you're not the right person. I gotta leave. We don't do that, right? So we don't want to judge when we field recruit. But I'm going to try to make it a little bit more easier for you to look for that right person that could be an impact on your team, that could really take hold and move their careers forward 1, 3, 5 months down the road. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is attracting and agent profiling. A lot of people tell you, you know, you shouldn't profile. Well, guess what? There's a profile for everything that we do. There's a profile for management. There's a profile for our agents, et cetera, et cetera. So I think you get it. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to write down this question, okay? What are the top characteristics of a top producer in family heritage? That's the starting point. Do you know what a top producer, what their characteristics are? So I'd like to take just a couple of minutes. Those of you that are on mute, take yourself off mute and give me what you believe one of the top characteristics of a top producer in family heritage. Anybody?
You got a lot of.
Self-motivated.
Go ahead, Brandy.
Someone who's self-motivated.
Boom. Write that down. You're looking for a self-motivated person. Who else said something?
This is Nick. As far as saying they have a lot of drive in them, like same thing
Drive?
as far as the motivation.
Good for you, Nick. 336408. Nick, nice one. Who else has got one?
This is Josiah. Opportunistic.
And what do you mean by opportunistic?
They see the opportunity in everything. You know, they don't focus on the negatives of, maybe some people focus before getting in the career saying, oh, it's 100% commission, but the opportunity in that is that it's uncapped. You can have
Bingo.
as much income as you want.
Excellent. Great one, Josiah. Who else has got one?
Goal oriented. It's Ken Dutch.
Is that you, Kenny? That's a great one. Goal oriented. People that do not have a goal do not have purpose. So you're right on, Ken. There's 5 good ones. Who else has one?
Consistently hitting
Someone
their
who
2 out of,
knows
Consistently what?
hitting 2 out of 3 every day.
Bingo. Consistently going out and hitting what you say you're going to do. Bless you, Brandy. Who else has got one?
They've got great
This
people
is
skills.
Angela.
Go ahead, Ange.
I'm sorry. This is Angela, a fighter, somebody who can overcome challenges and not just get in their car and drive home. Just keep going.
That's an awesome characteristic. We'll take 2 more.
This is
Tell you.
Caitlin.
someone who knows how to connect with people on an emotional scale and build long-lasting rapport and relationships.
That's a long one, but that is a great one. That is a great one. One more. I heard another young lady's voice out there.
Hi, this is Caitlin. I think people that just have really good people skills that are just easy to talk with and love talking to other people.
People skills are awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have already identified some of the top characteristics of what we're looking for when we're in the field talking to everybody. Now, the next question. We need to know what makes us attractive. Let me repeat that. We need to know what makes us attractive. Let me give you a little secret, Zach. We're not the only game on the field. Okay? We're not the only game in the field. Now, I come and work here because of all of you. But now I want you to write down what makes us so attractive. If I met you, Nick, in the field today, what are a couple of things that you're going to pique my interest? Again, let's go back to giving a presentation. What do we say in our presentation that we pique somebody's interest?
Your ability to make your own schedule.
Bingo. There's a great one, Nick. The ability to
No
set,
income cap.
who said that, Todd?
Yes, sir.
No. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Income cap.
Yes, sir.
Bingo.
You control your own destiny. You're not waiting on someone to get promoted or leave to move up. You
Listen.
control that.
Brandy, you got the ability to get off this phone call today and do what?
Do whatever I want to do.
You can
Make
get
as much money as I need to. Grow my own team. The sky's not the limit with this company.
Exactly.
With others, it is.
You don't have to punch a clock. You don't have to tell me where you're going after this. You don't have to be somewhere because I told you to be there. Great. What other things will attract people to you? I'll give you one.
Residual.
Residual. Nice one. Excellent. You know, we were looking at residuals. We were looking at people that have been here for less than 5 years. We were doing a study yesterday with some of the actuaries. I don't want you to fall off your chairs or your horses or wherever you are right now. But you know that we have people today that are in our business that have been here 5 years or less. 5 years or less. Already have $20,000 a month in residuals. Already have $22,000 a month in residuals. Already have $17,000 a month in residuals. We have people that have been here for 10 years or less. Already have $36,000 in residuals. Already have $31,000 in residuals. That's fantastic. People can't even make that money in 2 years, let alone a residual check. So that's a great one. I'll take a couple of more. What attracts you? I can tell you one. You know what attracts me? Is you. Your professionalism, your appearance, how well you're outspoken. That would attract me. Alex, if I came to your door and saw you, I'd be excited to say, wow, this powerhouse works for what company? I'll take one more.
Culture.
Anybody? What's that?
Our culture attracts people.
Bingo. How many trips have you, ladies and gentlemen, been on since you've been with Family Heritage? I mean, really.
84.
100.
Exactly. Every time we turn around, we're taking fantastic trips. Why? Because they're well-deserved. Because you worked hard. You paid the price. Everybody wants to be a part of that culture. Everybody. When I got on this phone today, all I saw was beautiful smiles. Who wouldn't want to wake up to that? Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? So we looked at two things. We looked at characteristics. So what characteristics are we looking for? And then we looked at how can we attract people? Those are the two number one keys. Now I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth, and I'm going to go into profiling now. So what is a profile? A profile is more in depth of what we're looking for of the top of the top. So how do we get a 10 through the door? How do we get the best person through the door? And what we did a long time, not a long time ago, but a little while ago, we did a study on the composition of the top 4 main characteristics of a sales professional in the insurance industry. So if I am in, or when I'm in the field today and I'm going out and talking to everybody about giving a demo, and now I'm going to talk to them about field recruiting, I'm looking for these 4 huge profile characteristics. The number one characteristic which you all mentioned is motivation. We are looking for people that are highly motivated. And I'm going to give you a couple of questions on motivation. So what do you say when you come across a person that is highly motivated? You want to ask them, hey, I was just wondering, what is your greatest accomplishment that you'd like to share with me? And you want to see how excited and motivated they are to talk to you about their greatest accomplishment. Another motivation question. This could be somebody that you're talking into a restaurant, construction worker, or anything. Hey, Caitlin, what's lacking right now in your life for you to get to where you want to be? What's lacking? And see what they tell you what is lacking. Another good one, which some people don't like to ask, but I love to ask. What are your financial goals? And Todd, if somebody says to you, you know, I want to make 17,000 next year. Probably not motivated, or they probably don't see the vision of what we can do. And then the last one I like to ask about motivation is, tell me the time when you had to fight for something. What did that fight look like? And it could be a sports, they could be involved in sports, it could be involved in a business when they were given a task and they were failing in the task and they were going to throw in the towel, but they didn't, they fought it out. So that's the number one profile that we're looking for. The number two profile that we're looking for, and Brandy, you mentioned it, but it's in a different way. It's called fit. So we're not, doesn't matter about being physically fit. It matters, do they fit in what we just talked about? Do they fit into the characteristics of what we do? I'm sure Slow Joe is good at something, but Slow Joe probably won't be good at what we do in the sense. So when we look at fit, some of the questions that we ask when we are looking at fit, and I think I hear it all the time. Hey, Kenny, why are you interested in a career in sales? Why are you interested in a career in sales? If you had a magic wand, tell me what the ultimate career would be for you. And let them talk to you about what they think is the right fit for them. Another one for fit, describe the terms of integrity and ethics to me. That's a big one for fit, because we're looking for honest, ethical individuals. Tell me about your last careers and why you didn't fit into them. And ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking for, like just like you said, do they fit into our culture? Do they fit into our team fun and experience? Do they fit into the motivation and so forth? The next one.
What was that first question? What are you looking for in a career in What are you looking for in a career in sales? I missed that part.
Yeah. Why are you interested in a career in sales?
Why? Okay.
Yeah, the why too. The third profile that we're looking at, and that is knowledge, skill, and ability. Here's the nice thing about it. The knowledge, skill, and ability is third for a reason. Yes, some people say, I'd love to hire somebody with 10 years sales experience. Yes, I'd like to hire somebody that's managed a team of 20, 30, 40 or more. Sometimes that plays against us. Sometimes we're looking for that knowledge, skill, and ability that's raw. You know, that hustler out there that's waiting on tables. So knowledge, skill, and ability, I call it the KSAs. And the KSH for knowledge, skill, and ability is, do you work better independently, or do you think you work better with a team environment? Tell me what your most challenging sales experience you faced to date, and how did you overcome it? So now you're inspecting on their knowledge and their skill set. I'm talking to Alex. I'm talking to Chase. You asked me, you say you have 5 years experience in the sales field. Tell me and ask that question and listen to the answer.
Can you
And
ask
then
it
last
more,
one.
that was
What's
a
that?
long, that was a long question. Can you ask it one more time?
What was the most challenging selling experience you have faced?
Okay.
What is the most challenging selling experience that you faced?
Thank you.
And then the last one, I think, which is good in knowledge and skills, is tell me about a time when you had to use your presentation and your skill sets to open a person's mind. Tell me a time when you had to use your presentation and skill set to open a person's mind. And then the last profile, which is only a small part of the pie, is experience. Okay, this one really threw us off. You know, we thought experience really made a difference, but experience really doesn't make a difference. So experience, some questions for experience. Why did you leave your last job? What were your responsibilities at your last job? Tell me what you liked and disliked about your sales experience. And then what are you looking for specifically in a career in sales? So that gives us two things. That gives us our characteristics of a top producer. That gives us what attracts people. And now this gives us communication skills of to be able to ask a question or a series of questions. We're in the field talking to somebody that will profile you to say, light comes on, I like what I see. I like what I hear. I think I've identified the right individual. But always remember a golden rule. There's always that hidden gem. There's always that person that's the roughneck that might not have on the coolest jeans, that might not have the best pair of sandals. And when you interview and talk and discuss to that person rises to the occasion and becomes a superstar. So hopefully I've given you a little bit of a profile and discussion talking points that can help you. But let me tie a bow on it. Let me go back to it. Here's the key. This week, I know it's Thursday morning and time does fly by when you're having fun. I'm going to challenge each and every one of you, and a serious challenge. I'm going to challenge each and every one of you to give field recruiting talks every day that you're in the field for 30 days. Humor me. Start with 1, move to 2, move to 3, make it a habit. But if you don't know why you want to make it a habit, you can phone me personally and we can have a thorough discussion of how field recruiting and building a team goes hand in hand with going out and protecting families. But I challenge each and every one of you to go out and use the field recruiting talk and the identity that I've given you in the profiling and attracting talent. And in 30 days, if I've not increased your income by 20% or more, you phone me. Because I did the math on our career track bonus program, and a recruit that goes out and does 10K. Now think of this, 42% of the people that we recruit, they go out and do 10,000 or more in their first 13 weeks. So I use that 10,000 as a override number at 10%. If all you did was recruit one person a month, that gives you time to train them, to develop, to motivate them, to get them going in the field. If you did one recruit a month, that's 30 days. That would be worth $3,000. $3,000 times 12 individuals is $36,000 a year. $36,000 a year, and all you need is 12 yes answers. I want you to think of that today. 12 yes answers is worth $36,000 or more to you and your family. What could you do with 36,000? Josiah, what would you do with an additional 36,000?
Pay off student loans.
Boom. Noah, what would you do?
Buy his trainer something nice.
Buy your train.
That's somewhere near the bottom, Todd. Somewhere there. Somewhere on. It's on there though.
Noah, what would you do with 36,000?
Invest it.
Bingo. Nick, what would you do with an additional 36,000? Okay. How about Alice? Alice, what would you do?
I would
with
as far as I pay it, make sure all my debt's paid off. Sorry about that. I was trying to get my mute button picked off.
No, you're good. You're good. You do what with it?
Make sure all my debt's paid off for the whole year. Like as far as electric, cell phone, cable, everything is paid up for a year.
Would that be nice? Zach, what would you do, buddy?
I would pay off all my debts and invest the rest.
Buy his best friend a present.
Izzy, what would you do with 36K? We might have Izzy still on. So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, we have the ability to earn that type of income. It is at our fingertips. And the only thing we have to do is use our voice. We're going to see the people. They're going to be out there. You're out there anyways. So again, I'll go back to my challenge. Then I'm going to turn it back to Mr. Kyle and Mr. Van is give me 30 days to do this every day you're in the field. And together we will, see that? See how I got it in there? Together we will earn more, achieve more, and move our careers up the corporate career track ladder. It was so much fun being with all of you. I sincerely miss you, and I can't wait till my doors open and I'm flying down to see all of you, because this is where I want to move, is North and South Carolina. So save me a spot. I'm coming. I just don't know when. Thanks a lot, Kyle. I'll turn it back to you.
Wow. Thank you, Rob. Woohoo. Guys, give him a hand. Thank you, Rob, for being on today.
Thank you, Rob, very much.
Thank you, Rob.